What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? Episode 29 of Resident Bummer is currently being recorded. Of course, I am Fulcrum. Do not forget it. Fuck episode 28. We are moving right along. I've hopefully silenced my notifications this time, so you won't be hearing any pings or beeps or noises or any random whatnots during the episode, hopefully. Health check. My tummy has started acting up again over the past day or two. It's not feeling incredible right now, so I'll give myself like a 6.5. Not terrible, but not incredible. Clothing check. I'm currently naked, so do it that way you will. Motivation check. I'm recording this in the morning after I woke up, so I'm not terribly motivated, still a little tired. I was super tired getting out of bed, but I took a shower and that kind of woke me up. Hopefully nobody interrupts me during this recording. That would not be great. And also, I know I addressed that we got our first comment on this channel at some point, but I don't know. I feel like I accidentally misreported and said that the comment was deleted. It is not. It has not been deleted. It's still there. Has been there the entire time. Not this entire time. Apologies for the misrepresentation, if that did occur. Like I said, I don't really know what happened in any of these previous episodes until I go and listen to them. Also, I don't know if you heard it, but my cable for my headphones just kind of fluttered against the microphone there like 10 seconds ago, so you might have heard that. Anyways, moving on. We are going to be detailing my first day of entries, I should say, sorry, I'm just tapping my phone to get it open. I'm sure you heard that on the audio as well. We're moving on to Friday, August the 8th. Our first entry for this week is going to be set 29, day 1. 11:15 a.m., I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and watch some 30 Rock before I change for work. I drive into work, clock on, and I greet Richard and Anna. I am guessing that today will be no fun. Question mark for this next entry. It is no fun. I clock off, drive home, then I see a bunch of extended family members who are staying at my house. I parked around the house, and I walked in and out of the front door. Wait, what? No, I parked around the house, and I walked in and through the front door. There we go. Oh boy, I head inside, talk briefly, then head upstairs to shave and shower. Got some plans to hang out with Britta tonight. I come back downstairs, talk for a little bit longer with my family. Then I head back to my room and edit episode 28. Somehow I do get it scheduled for upload in time, and I take off to meet Britta. That was lucky that I was able to edit it and get it up on Friday night. But I forgot to brush my teeth, so I turn around and head back to the house, brush them, and then I take off. For some reason, in the middle of my drive, I get a low tire pressure light in my car, but I recalibrate it and it just goes away, and nothing else comes of it. Finally get over to her place. I help her finish building a cabinet or a dresser or whatever you want to call it that she was building. Then we grab some Taco John's to eat. On the way back, a train takes like 15 minutes to cross the tracks in front of us, so we just put the car in park and start eating there in front of the train. A bunch of cars start behind us, start leaving, because they're like, this train is going to take way too long. But we stick it out until the train ends. Then we head back to her place. Once we get there, we start watching Star Wars Episode 1. Then we finish it. Great movie, by the way. She does not pay attention to it enough. I'm gonna have to show her a recap before we watch the second movie. We head back to her place. No, I already head back to her place. What the fuck? I'm looking at the wrong entry. Then, after we finish Star Wars Episode 1, we try to fall asleep. I do lay in bed for like 2 hours, just sitting next to her, and I cannot sleep at all. She wakes up in the middle of the night, and when she looks at me, I'm like, hey, can you lock the front door behind me as I leave? I'm not going to be able to fall asleep here, so I need to go back into my own bed. And the entire time I'm telling her I'm super sorry for being this much of a nuisance. She tells me every single time that she really doesn't mind, or at least she doesn't tell me when she does mind. I drive home and I get super comfy in bed, And we're moving on to our next day of entries. This is set 29, day 2 and day 3. I did forget to update my journal here a little bit, so Saturday and Sunday are smushed into one journal. I wake up Saturday morning, my mom knocking on my door. I groan and I'm like, I'm super tired. And she's like, well, suck it up and come up to our graduation party. And I was like, okay. I sit in my room, watch a little bit of 30 Rock, and I wait for someone to tell me that it's time for us to leave. My dad texts me and says that I'm driving us up there, so I get dressed and hop in my car to drive us both up there. I have to text Britta and tell her that I am busy for the majority of the afternoon, but I say that we can hang in the evening or the nighttime if she's free. I do arrive at my extended family member's house. It's an incredibly nice house. If I had to guess, it's probably worth at least $1 million, maybe more, probably more. It's a super nice house, and I do feel out of place there, but I say hi to all the family members that have already shown up before us. I find a spot to sit and a drink to crack open, I begin sipping away on a bomb pop twisted tea. It's pretty tasty, I'm not gonna lie. Eventually, people do leave to play golf and play pickleball. The house is situated extremely close to a pickleball court and a golf course. I stay at the house to chill out until my uncle asks me if I want to take the golf cart down to the pickleball court. I don't really want to, but I don't want to be in the stick in the mud, so I say sure. He then says I'm driving. I don't really want to, but I don't want to be in the stick in the mud, so I drive us down to the pickleball court where they're practicing. Then he asks if I want to play pickleball. I don't really want to, but I don't want to be a stick in the mud, so I say sure. Then, as I'm playing pickleball, I take a tumble and I scuff my favorite pair of shorts. I also get a scab on my right elbow that's still there, and it still hurts when I run my finger over it. It's sore. It sucks, and I hate it. Yeah, I get pretty irrationally pissed off about my shorts. They're super nice shorts. But really the main reason, I was super upset about just losing the pair of shorts. And I didn't lose them, they're still wearable. It's just like you can see the scuff marks. And it's like, God, that's gross. But the thing that really irks me is it's like, I had so many opportunities to just say no. I could have just been like, hey, no, I'm not going to go down to the pickleball court. Sorry. I could have been like, hey, I'm not going to drive the golf cart. I don't really want to. Or I could have been like, hey, I don't want to play this match of pickleball. I'd rather watch some other people play. But I just do not have the ability to say no for some reason. After pickleball, we go back into the house for a bit, and I eventually take off, but I forget to say goodbye to my extended family members, just like I forgot to brush my teeth with Britta. So I turn around, thank the hosts, and then I take off for real. I drive home, and I text Britta and tell her that my tummy is getting upset. I'm going to shower and see how I'm feeling. She is super understanding. I do love it. She invites me to her sister's birthday party the following day, which would be Sunday. I say sure, and we text a lot about how I've been feeling and how she's been feeling. Got some good stuff covered. Not necessarily like, I really like you, do you really like me? But more of like a, man, I've been trying to socialize more over the past half year, and I feel like it hasn't really been working. And she's like, that's okay. It's just, some people are, she was being nice, and she was just, talking me through it. So, very, very awesome thing for her to do. Yeah, good stuff there. I think I watched 30 Rock the whole night, rest of the night while texting with Britta. I do fall asleep with 30 Rock playing, and I lose my spot in the episode count. I fast forwards through like 3 or 4 episodes in season 4, so I have to. On Sunday, 2:40 p.m., I wake up at 4 a.m. I try to fall back asleep. I can't. I lay motionless until I change for work. I do watch 30 Rock before I take off, and I find the episode that I was supposed to be watching. I shit shower, brush, blah, 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 I do feel tired at first, but my superpower does come in clutch. I have no problems with being tired at work. Thankfully, I was able to just sit in my bed motionless and gain a little bit of energy from doing that somehow. My tummy does feel a little bit upset throughout work, but nothing that's quite unmanageable. It does get a little hairy at certain points, but I'm able to push through it. Eventually, Aaron and Benjamin clock in. I say hi to both of them and Richard when he leaves. Work is sucky, but oh well. I clock off and race home to prep for hanging out with Britta. I shave, I shower, I brush, I dress, and then I drive over to Britta's house. I park, and then her sister's dad sees me. He tells me to move my car, and I absolutely comply. I've watched this dude. I've seen him walking around her house with a pistol on his hip, so I'm not going to step on his toes. I'll complete any order he asks of me, especially when I'm in his house or parking on his property. I take the dogs on a walk with Britta. We walk around the park, and I head back, watch Rio in her room. Then I eventually leave. I take off for the bar, or we leave for the bar. This is the bar that we first met at. Her sister is having her 21st birthday there. I get to meet her mom and some of her other brothers and I think maybe some sisters or sister-in-laws. I just drank water as they all got smashed because I have to drive home. Then me and Britta sing some karaoke. We sang Millionare by whatever artist sings Millionaire. I don't care and I don't know. When it comes to like musical information, there's like an 80 or 90% chance I'm just not gonna be able to understand what you're talking about. Like, for instance, last night I was in a Discord voice call with Jack, and he was like, "You know the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, right?" And I was like, "No. I mean, I think I've heard the name of that song before, but I've never heard it in conjunction with someone saying the Goo Goo Dolls." And then it's like, it's one of the most popular songs ever. So I look it up on Spotify and play it. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Iris. I know exactly what you're talking about now. I just had to hear it first. Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just, like, if I think music is good, I'd rather just listen to it than talk about it, in my opinion. And I'd also rather just, like, not memorize all the facts about it. Because to me, that's not what makes it good. What makes it good is the sound of the music and the actual, like, to a certain extent, the lyrics, obviously. But I think there's a lot of people who honestly get a little bit too offended by lyrics or just, like, put off by lyrics. If I don't agree with, like, the lyrics or the overall message in a song, I'll just end up not caring about it. And I'll solely focus on how the music sounds, how it's put together, how it's exiting my audio device and entering my ear canal. You know, I think that it's much better to put an emphasis on the sound of the music rather than the message of the music. When you don't really agree with the message or you don't like the lyrics, I think it's super easy to just overlook them. And I think, honestly, a bunch of people are way too prone to being whiny crybabies about, lyrics or messages in songs. It's like, hey man, they're a musical artist. Of course they're going to be, like, crazy and weird and, like, have some insane takes. It's just kind of comes with the territory. So the sooner that we can get past this notion of, oh my gosh, they're saying something so terrible and I can't listen to this music and it's gonna make me shit myself. It's like, no, shut the fuck up, retard. It's fucking music. You can get over it, man. I don't know. But, yeah, that's about it, I guess. On that little rant. Oh yeah, Millionaire. That's how I got onto this rant. We were singing Millionaire by some artist that I don't know the name of, and I don't need to know the name of, because that's largely information that's unimportant to me. So, I do take off after singing that song at karaoke with Britta. I forgot to mention, we ate McDonald's in the parking lot before we stopped for drinks. We smooched a lot before I left. Get home, watch some 30 Rock, and then I fall asleep too early. Oh, yeah, I think I did mention that when it swapped from Saturday to Sunday, but, oops, oh gosh, it appears I don't have any entries for Wednesday, so we'll cross that bridge when we'll get to it, but moving on to set 29, day 4 and 5, Monday. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and get into bed while watching more 30 Rock, until I change and eventually leave for work. I clock in, work sucks, I don't know who's there, I clock out, I get home, and Desmond sends me a text and informs me about a little game called Dredge. I download it and play it. It is pretty fucking fun. It's all I do for the rest of the night, pretty much. I think at some point I swap to RoboCop, or maybe 30 Rock. I don't know, but you get the gist. It was one of those two. And there certainly has to be more stuff I did on Monday, but I really just remember dredging a whole lot. It's a very fun game. It's like a spooky, kind of calm, relaxing fishing game, but then at certain points it's like a spooky horror fishing game, where it's like there would be big sea monsters chasing you and you gotta escape them. But then like some of the time it's just you chilling out, fishing on the water, selling your fish and hanging out. It's a very cool game. I would recommend you check it out if you have not. So far, I mean, I haven't completed the game, but so far I'd give it like somewhere around like a 8.5 range. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. Tuesday, moving on to Tuesday's set of entries, 6:35 p.m. I got hit by a fucking car today while I was driving my car. Motherfucker, I was angry too. Question mark for this next entry. Let's rewind to the morning. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and chill out on RoboCop for a while. I don't think I dredge at all on Tuesday, but I do watch some 30 Rock in between busting some criminals in RoboCop. Eventually, I shave and head to the mall after another shower. Go through Kim Petras', yeah, albums. I think that's how you would pronounce her last name possessively, Petras'. She is freaking good, man. Or, they are good? I don't know, but they got some transgender surgery at the age of 16. Kim Petras did, so... I don't know how I feel about that. I think you'd rather just wait for people to become an adult to make that big of a decision. You know, we can't... children can't get tattoos. They can't smoke. They can't, use drugs like marijuana or... there's plenty of rules and restrictions that we have against minors consuming things or participating in certain things throughout society. I don't know how the transgenderism surgeries get past that mark. I'm not a huge... if you need my honest take on transgender people and, the trans movement, dude, I don't care. Just, do whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting other people, and if it really makes you feel happier or more valid, I guess is the word that's going around, sure. Call yourself a girl, call yourself a guy. I don't care. When it gets iffy is when you start wanting to use other restrooms, because while I don't believe that every single trans person is a bad actor, I do believe that evil people exist, regardless of orientation, race, regardless of, gender, regardless of anything. You can just be evil. And trans people certainly are not safe from, just being evil, nasty, despicable people. So I can only imagine there are some trans people who are really just using it as a, vehicle to get into some areas of society that they should not be in. It's a tricky situation to talk about, man, because at the end of the day, these people, if you want my opinion, again, getting to the bottom of it, these people are mentally ill. They believe that they are they believe they're the wrong gender. They don't feel comfortable in their own bodies to the point where they feel like they have to start chemically and physically altering themselves to change that. To me, that is insane. That is insane that you could ever get to a point mentally where you just have to start twisting yourself like that. I think that they need a lot of help and love and support. They don't need all the hatred and violence and, I don't know, what's another good word? I was trying to come up with a third synonym, but I can't. They don't need all that crap, all that negative shit pushed their way, because that's only gonna worsen the problem, really. That's my take on it. moving on, I take off from the mall after finishing Kim's Slut Pop album, a really filthy album with just some horrendously obscene lyrics. But man, like I said, you just gotta look past the lyrics. You cannot dig into that message so often if you're just not a fan of it, because why would you spend that much time analyzing something you don't enjoy? Just go find something new that you do enjoy, instead of using that time to shit on something, right? That's how I feel. But I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, I do get a little pretentious with those takes, and it's like people should be allowed to criticize stuff, obviously. I just think that it's a more useful avenue of time spending. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I think it's more useful to spend time complimenting pieces of work and lifting them up and telling other people, hey, I really like this thing. I think you should check it out as well, because I think it's something that should be celebrated by most people, you know? I think, especially if you know somebody and you know what they're into already, and you have an inkling that they might be into this, whatever it is, this genre of music, or this particular show that you're watching, or maybe a movie that you found, or a book, you know, stuff like that. Everybody wants to be a tastemaker, right? Everybody wants to find something, maybe not so popular, and then share it around and be like, I found this, I did it, I was the one who found it. Yeah. But anyways, I get home and chill out on some more RoboCop / watching 30 Rock until I do leave to pick Britta up for our showing of Freakier Friday. At least that was the plan. Then I got fucking rear-ended by a 77-year-old dude. So I'm just going to describe the accident really quickly, what happened. I am in the middle turn lane. Both of us are exiting off of the interstate, and I get in the middle lane of the exit ramp, which I can either go straight or I can turn right. I can very clearly see the sign on the street sign where it has all the turning symbols for which lane can turn where. I can either go straight or turn right. And when I turn right, I have to turn into the middle lane of traffic, because the left lane it ends in like 30 feet after the turn. So if I'm in the left lane, I'm just going to have to get pushed into the right lane. Anyways, it's a construction lane, so there's no driving in the leftmost lane. I cannot turn into that lane at all. I mean, I can, but I'd have to get right back into the middle lane. So, he is in the rightmost turn lane. He's to my right, and he is supposed to be turning into the right lane of traffic. You'd think, right? You'd think. That's the that's the basic understanding of traffic rules that I have. I'm fairly certain that if I'm in the middle turn lane, I should turn into the middle lane of traffic. And if he's in the right turn lane, he should turn into the right lane of traffic. But this motherfucker is 77 years old, and he has no fucking clue how to drive, apparently. Also, I just need to mention it right now. Whenever I bring up some issues that I wish my dog would shut the fuck up. I wish I could yell at him too, but I can't because there's people in my house right now, so he's just going to keep barking, I guess, and I'm just going to keep talking. Whenever I bring up some grievances that I have with another person on the podcast, I need to just say that I'm only bringing it up. I'm only, saying it out loud, saying it, I might be shitting on somebody when I bring it up, and I'm like, I fucking hate this person. They pissed me off, and I just, oh my God, they made me so angry. It's only because I don't want those thoughts to just stew in my own brain. I know it's not decent to have them. I know I could definitely be nicer when talking about some people, but this is my sort of area to just let my mind run free. So I need to just have the ability to do that, I think. And obviously in real life, I'm never going to walk up to any of these people and be like, hey, I fucking hate you, and I think you should jump off a bridge. Like, that's just way too rude, and I could never do that. I'm not that kind of person. A little bit too shy to do that anyways. But Yeah, I guess with that out of the way, I'll keep talking about this crash. I figured that nobody is stupid enough to cross from the right turn lane into the middle traffic lane, but he does it anyways, and I hear a loud crunch from the back right of my car. As soon as I look back and see them ramming my car, I fucking lose it, man. I immediately start shouting to myself in the car. Nobody can hear me. I'm just like, motherfucker. No fucking way he just did that. Son of a bitch. I get out and I immediately start asking why the hell he turned into my lane. I do tell him it's his fault, and I'm like, just before we go, I didn't quite say it this calmly, but I was like, just before we go any further, I need you to know that this is entirely your fault. And he's like, oh, we will let the law decide that. And I'm just like, yes, we will. Oh, yes, we will. Also, his lesbian daughters see us pulled over on the side of the road, and they park alongside us. They get out and start talking with me. They tell me to chill out. They're like, you need to go sit down in your car and chill out because you're a little hot-headed right now. And they're honestly not wrong. I was definitely too worked up. But it's like, I don't know, how are you going to be 77 years old and you can't make a simple turn without hitting someone? It's like, clearly you were not paying attention. You were parked there for like, I think an entire minute before I pulled up next to you. It seemed like it, at least. You just were not, you didn't pay attention to the signs in front of us. You didn't pay attention. You didn't look over to the right and see that one of the lanes was closing. So there's only 2 lanes for us to both turn into. We have our respective lanes. We're already in them. So just turn into your lane. I don't get it. It's so fucking confusing how you can get to be that old and still be that fucking terrible at, consuming your surroundings and making informed decisions. I mean, I know that it's like mistakes happen, but we're going like 5-10 miles an hour. There's no way you can't see me turning right. It's like your field of view is more than 180 degrees, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that the human field of view is a little bit more than 180 just because of the way that the eyes are put together. I don't know. Now I'm talking out of my ass, or maybe it's a little less than 180. I think so. But whatever. After I am cooled off, I do go back and apologize for blowing up on them. I explain that, hey, it's the first car I've ever owned. It's the first time I've gotten into an accident with it. I tell them that I'm going to miss a date with, now, this is interesting. I do use the word girlfriend while referring to Britta. But I use that as an excuse, but it's not really an excuse to, blow up on somebody and make them feel bad. It's an honest mistake, but gosh, I don't know. I still keep coming back to the fact of like, how do you do that? There's 2 lanes for us to turn into, and you just go straight into the other one. What the fuck are you on? It just gets me so upset. They start to understand why I was so pissed. I shake hands with the other driver. Eventually the cops get there. They print out the report. They take our statements. Well, they take our statements first, then they print our report. And they send me on my way with a sheet of paper. Collision report, information exchange, whatever. Driver collision info exchange report, or some shit. I don't know what it's technically called. I'm just ready to get out of there, honestly. I'm told I am free to go by the officers, and I take off. I get to Britta's house super late, and of course we miss the movie. Instead, we walk her dogs, and then after we watch Rio 2 when I get back, we cuddle a lot throughout the movie. Then we swap to swash. We swap to smosh. Watch some smosh, and we cuddle even more. I'm just gonna say right now, the entire time, my dick is leaking pre-cum like crazy. It's fucking insane. I get up to go to the bathroom. There's just like a wet and gooey pre-cum stain on my shorts. It's not good. It's really terrible. I get home and then I blow another massive load. I need to get it out of me. Thankfully, I don't hit my pillow this time, but I get a Dr. Pepper for some reason, even though it's like 1 a.m. when I'm done jerking off. But I do watch 30 Rock until I crash from all the caffeine. Now, this is interesting. I don't have any entries for Wednesday. I'm going to try and remember what I did on Wednesday. I think I went to work. I know I went to work. Obviously, I think I woke up, shit, showered, brushed, changed for work. But then before I changed for work, I watched some 30 Rock. No, wait. Yeah, I did. I think I probably watched 30 Rock. I don't think I played any games. Then I get into work. Work probably was terrible, so I clock out of work. No. Work wasn't terrible, actually, because I think on Wednesday, Britta showed up for... Was it Wednesday? Oh, geez. Now I gotta confirm. See when... there was someday this week where... she came out to my... While I was working, she came out and gave me that little slip of paper. Okay, it was Wednesday. Yeah, she came over Wednesday to give me that collision report that I accidentally left at her place. I said, hey, thank you for coming out to my place of work and giving me this piece of paper. I don't know what I did after work, though. I think I maybe dredged a little bit. I think I was dredging. I think I was dredging Wednesday, for a while. Then maybe I think I just watched some 30 Rock here and there as well. And that's about it for Wednesday. I don't really want to keep talking about it. I can't lie. We're going to move on to set 29, day 7. This is Thursday, August 14th, 1:40 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and hop into bed to play RoboCop. 2:15 p.m. I will drop this here. The days are definitely speeding up again. I think there was at one point I might have mentioned where it felt like me recording this podcast was sort of slowing my life down. Sort of felt like weeks would take longer to finish being used up, I guess, expired, I don't know, complete. There you go. Yeah, I don't know exactly how, but it seems like time is just speeding up again. It was going pretty fast, I would say, like back in December or January of this year. Not December of this year, that hasn't happened yet, but January of this year. Anyways, I sit in voice channel and I play RoboCop for a few hours until I change for work. Eventually I drive in, clock on, and Anna is also, sorry about my dog barking, but I can't really do anything about that. Anna is absolutely grating throughout my entire day. She finally fucking leaves, though, and is replaced by Aaron, thank goodness. I take my break as soon as Aaron clocks on, then I update my journal while relaxing. At 11:35 p.m., I clock off work and drive home. I plan to play Halo with Britta. Insurance calls me first and tells me that gives me some information about some free physical and neurological examinations that I can have done to me, I guess. Just because the insurance lady told me that some health issues can take days or weeks after a car crash to start appearing. Also, I really wish my dog would shut the fuck up, but he's not going to, so that's awesome. I'm just going to have to try and talk over him. We suspend Halo until I skipped ahead, sorry. Then I shower to hopefully smell a little bit better while playing Halo. But when I get over to my Xbox, I text Britta and let her know that I'm ready to play. She tells me that her doggy is going into labor. She's had a pregnant dog for past few months, and we suspend our gameplay of Halo until the birthing process is complete. Shortly after Jack joins the voice channel I'm in, we talk for a while, then Chud joins, then Charles joins. We all chat for a while. I finish RoboCop while we are talking. Surprisingly good game, honestly. 8.5 out of 10. Charles and Chud leave. Then eventually Jack leaves, and Britta joins the voice channel a little bit after that to play some Halo. I ask about her puppies as we play through the Maw, and oh my gosh, dude, just like with Star Wars, she's not she's not paying attention to the story, dude. It's pissing me off, man. I might have to look up a recap for Halo Combat Evolved as well. Just like a 2 or 3 minute recap so she knows what happened. Because it's like, oh my god, they're so good. I love those stories, man. It's not only Star Wars, but Halo. I think those both have some very good stories attached to them. You say what you will about the acting in some of the Star Wars movies, but I'm not really sure there's much criticism to go around for Halo. It's just a fucking great set of games. I can't lie. But that should be it for our week of entries. But I will add this here. A little sneak peek for set 30. Week 30. Day 1, 7:55 a.m. I wake up, I lay in bed for a little bit. This is Friday, August 15th, by the way, the day I'm recording this, the morning I am recording this. I wake up, lay in bed for a bit, and I realize that I have to record the episode. If I don't do it this morning, I'm not even going to do it when I get back from work. So it's just got to happen right now. I can't miss a week. It's not going to happen. So I turn on my PC. I do need to poo, but I update Audacity before I go and take that shit. And speak of the devil, I actually really just, in the last, 20 seconds, man, out of nowhere, I gotta take a shit really bad right now. So I'm gonna have to end this podcast. Let's get that started. As I said, I don't think I'm gonna be doing outros until I feel the need to do them. Probably never. I could do a rating for this week. I got into a car crash. That's all I really remember. So I'm giving it a fucking 6 out of 10 week. Fucking bullshit. Piece of garbage. My new car. Well, my year-old car. That hasn't had anything fucking done to it yet. It's finally got into a wreck. God damn it. I'm pissed. Yeah, I guess it's just time to wrap this up, huh? Am I really making a podcast? Or am I just jerking off?